Yeah, it's just pretty funny.
No. Bang! Bang! Let me drop the gun!
Just phone.
No, that's weird. I just got the results.
What's the results?
So it looks like her location is Lagos, Nigeria. What do you think?
If I could just make a call right now, I would use my metal vector voice. Be like, you think you know who you are, don't you? You're secret, don't you think that they don't know where you live? Would you like me just to go at your house and eat you for dinner?
Wow, that was spot on.
I have a question.
Yes.
Initially, you said you sent bras in the mail to somebody, and then yeah,
You said that it got sent to Nina's sister's house.
You sound so fucking hot.
She told me where to send it, and because I think she gave me her sister's address because she lives right down the street. I said that. I don't know why I said that. Like,
Well, maybe remind me.
Fuck
Because
off.
you said you sent something to Nina's sister's house, but you didn't have the address.
what was it that I was gonna send something? Because I did say I was gonna send something.
Yep.
But I did do it for PayPal.
and you just sent PayPal that
Fuck,
one time,
dude.
or did you send money any other times?
Yeah, one time. I was like,
Did they send you any money or anything?
you know money.
Well,
And I wouldn't accept any money, but
Right.
now that we know that she's in Lagos, Nigeria, that doesn't change anything. You still think that this is not a romance scam?
When I had to leave my nursing job, I was stunned to find out I'd have to pay nearly $600 a month to keep my health insurance. I was at my wit's end until a patient shared a trick with me that got me covered
Dick.
for less than $50 a month. I know the importance of health insurance, even though I don't get.
well, not a romance scam, but I think it's a catfish. Because they have nothing from me.
Well, she's definitely a catfish, but this is a scenario that we usually refer to as a romance scam.
You don't think
No.
No, I don't think so. I don't. Do not believe that this person has had any feelings for you, especially now that we can confirm that this person is from Lagos, Nigeria. Odds are, and I have to be honest with you, John, odds are you could have been talking to a man this whole time.
Whoa.
I don't really care if I was talking to man. I didn't share anything with them that would be considered explicit.
I mean, that's good.
Good news is we were able to find results for the tracker very soon. So that's great. That's good news. But yeah, I agree with you, John. Block her.
I'm just gonna block it right now, and that's gonna be it. And move on.
That's so good.
No, there's no
Dick.
purpose of even trying to, find out what's really going on. You don't even live in this country, so I don't
Got that fool.
You're
Well, let me know if anything new happens. You can text this number. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Okay, bye.
Seekers, don't forget that we go live every single Thursday. So come join us, hang out with our team, and get a live update from John. We'll figure out if he's kept his Nina North profile blocked and how he feels about dating online moving forward. So get your questions ready and join us. If you have been involved in a romance scam, don't forget to report it. It helps get the word out and potentially stops other people from being scammed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget all of our new videos go out every Wednesday. If you like this video, subscribe. And if you want to see more, you should probably click one of these two videos.
Fudge pack.
I bet you don't even know how many fingers this is.
Losing B.
Yeah, this is me, Quinn Talon, the only ordinary guy in the world of superheroes. You see, it's like, well,
Losing Bravo.
Yeah.
Multiple enemy counter UAVs overhead.
how did you do this?
Dude laying down, man.
Why would I?
We lost B.
Whoa, what's
I said, Colonel was getting hot in the car. And then he said, I was trying to fix something. He said, yeah, I was talking to the wrong time. I said, what? Yeah, I was like, all right. Would you agree that this is you? No? Okay.
Bravo.
Comes loose. It's cheap out, so it comes loose. I just fixed it. That's fine. I thought it was weird, but it wasn't close. I thought it was
It's July 14, 2022, and officers in Palm Coast, Florida were called to a property to investigate a noise complaint. What they found was 48-year-old ex-church leader Alfonso Joseph, almost naked in the back of the car, with a 16-year-old boy.
what?
Officers shined their flashlights in the car. Both occupants were seen pulling their pants up. Here's what happened next.
Here we go, sir. Hey, stepping out of here for me. Shut the door for me. And then, here we go. No. You got ID on you? You have your ID on you? No. You don't have any ID on you? No. It's all right, sir. I'll get your name. Step over here. Go to my square right there. Okay. Step over there. You stand right there. Lean on the car for me. Put your hands on the car.
Enemy UAV inbound.
And I'm just going to patch you down for weapons,
Hostile
okay?
UAV established overhead.
You're ready.
Losing Bravo.
Well, I'm not. Take a break. All you need to say? Yes, that's ready. Here, I'm sorry. Put your feet. Everything. Put your phone. No more things in here. What's that? Headphones?
Losing B. Taking B.
You go ahead and lean on the car for me. Lean on the
Get me eyes in the sky.
ALFONZO.
UAV ECM mission.
Last name, Wilson. What's your date of birth? 11/6/73.
Losing Bravo.
Stay right there for a second.
Taking B.
The boy later told authorities he had met Joseph on a dating app. Joseph had picked him up at a particular address and driven him to the golf course.
So, who's this guy? How old is he? 18? You have a driver's license, no. No. Where's he live?
Losing
No.
B.
What's his name? His last name? Okay.
Feel that?
What do you guys doing out here? Chilling.
Give them a nod.
Chilling. Let's get a pot in the car, so let's do the shirt on. Well, when I walked out, you're putting your shorts on. Because sometimes I'm not sure stuff. So see if I get wet. Sometimes you get wet. So when we see how it looks, I come up. You two are in the back seat.
They never stood a chance.
Sluts.
Proceed to extract center.
Sluts is like small bits of. So I was like, just talking, communicate, try and get to know him, and that was it.
Let's be clear about what's happening here. This isn't innocent communication or friendly get-to-know-you chat. We're talking about a 50-year-old man communicating with a 15-year-old he met on a dating app. That's not normal behavior, and it's certainly not appropriate for a pastor or any adult. This attempt to downplay his actions as mere communication is a classic tactic to minimize the seriousness of what's really going on. It's important for officers to see through this kind of language and recognize the reality of the situation.
So, what's this like? What do you mean? I met him a couple days ago, and then he wanted to meet up just to get to know him, and that was it. That's crazy. Nothing crazy, so you met him online? So? No, but not online. I met him like in Walmart, and then you guys met up in Walmart? How'd you guys just like face to face? I met him online in Walmart. Then.
You know, a lot of you guys watch these videos and you don't think anything of it, but there's something.
I literally stopped eating the same 3 meals every week because of HelloFresh. I was really out here struggling for so long with the basics of cooking when I should have been using HelloFresh this entire.
People think brushing your teeth is good for you.
So you don't brush your teeth either?
I haven't brushed my teeth in years.
So I don't need to brush my teeth.
You don't need to shower.
Okay, big dog, showering is where I draw the line, okay? I gotta deal with patients' stinky breath. I don't want to deal with them being stinky too, okay? But for real though, I got 1,000 questions asking me. This guy never brushes his teeth. How is it possible that he still has teeth in his mouth? And we're gonna figure out exactly why that may be. So one thing we need to know about the Liver King is my dude is shredded beyond belief. And why? I don't know, probably something else that we don't want to talk about here. But he does say that he eats a lot of animalistic stuff, a lot of protein, a lot of stuff. He doesn't eat a lot of carbs. He eats a lot of just raw meat all the time. And if you didn't know, the way that we get cavities and stuff on our mouth is, well, basically we have this bacteria in our mouth that lives there. And then it eats on carbohydrates and sugars, and then it sucks some acid. And that acid gets on your teeth. It starts to dissolve it away, and then it attacks that, and then the cycle repeats. So if my man is only on like a carnivore diet, he's only eating meat, he's not eating very sugary things or carbohydrate things, there's no fuel for that bacteria to eat. And then in turn, more than likely, it's not going to cause cavities because there's nothing for it to eat to cause the cavities. No acid, no tooth decay, no cavities. Now, there's other things too. I mean, he could just purely be genetically different too. I mean, he could have had a ton of fluoride in his water when he was younger, and that strengthens the teeth up like crazy. You actually see these little white spots. We call them fluorosis. And that actually means that your tooth is infused with fluoride and it's super hyper strong. Another thing is he genetically could not have those bacteria. I know it sounds weird, but we are born without the ability to have cavities. And the only way we can get cavities is if your mom or grandma or some family member or somebody else kisses you, you drink after them, anything like that, and transfers their bacteria to your bacteria. So if you were like a bubble boy and you never kissed anybody your entire life, you never drink after anybody, you would never get cavities. How wild is that? Another thing could be just genetically his saliva amount. Maybe he has way more saliva than most people. If you have a ton of saliva, it washes your teeth better, less chance of cavities. If you don't have a lot of saliva and you have a dry mouth, you're in a lot better predicament or a worse predicament to get cavities. But that being said, as a dentist, I don't quite buy it because one, cavities can form very slowly over a really long time. So unless he's getting hyperdental, looking at it in examinations, he could have cavities that we don't know about. And that doesn't even include the periodontal.
Well, you didn't say he didn't go to the dentist.
Going on from him not brushing and flossing. My guess is he still does brush his teeth, whether it be with his finger or rub it, or maybe a miswalk, or maybe even a toothbrush without toothpaste. Maybe he's saying he just doesn't use toothpaste, and I'm sure he probably flosses some too. So should you take advice of the crazy mountain man on TikTok? Probably not. He can be a little weird sometimes. With that being said, who knows? Maybe he knows something we don't, and maybe he's solved the problem of the world. But my guess is he's probably got a little bit of bone loss, and he probably stinks a little bit too.
To get started in data analytics, you don't need previous experience or a degree. The Google Data Analytics Certificate will teach you to code in R, to code in SQL, data visualization, and learning how to problem solve like an analyst. At the end of the day, being a data analyst is about communication. It's the #1 soft skill that you'll pick up. And so learning how to take the information and make it accessible to a lot of people is at the core of being a strong data analyst. Ready to get started? Enroll today.
Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Tally Watchdog Kilo.
No! So much fun. As you guys know, if you go to somewhere like Turkey to get veneers, they don't actually give you veneers. You see, these are called crown reps. Veneers, they just shave a top layer off your teeth just a tiny bit, and they put kind of an outer shell onto your teeth. That's what a veneer is. If you look at his teeth, these are actually crown reps. They shave all the way around the tooth, getting rid of like 50% of your tooth to put a cap over the whole thing. People go over to different countries to get this done because it's cheaper, and they think they're getting a good result, but really they're just ruining their teeth forever. Not only are his teeth damaged, he's going to have much more sensitivity and pain throughout the years. He's going to have to get his crowns redone every 10 years. That is if they fall out. And more than likely, by the time he's older, he's going to have to go into full dentures. Now, one thing I will take away from this is that back in the day, you guys had no idea about this, but I've taught you so well that now in the comments, you guys are actually sounding off some actually knowledge here. I mean, everybody's commenting, why would you ruin your teeth? Bro's going to regret this in 5 years. Tooth pain up, tooth straight down. So at least I'm educating some of you guys on this. Realistically, sounding off some actually knowledge here. I mean, everybody's commenting, why would you ruin your teeth? Bro's going to regret this in 5 years. Tooth pain up, tooth straight down. So at least I'm educating some of you guys. In the end, he could have just gotten braces and straightened his teeth and then gotten some lining and been just fine and saved all his teeth for his entire life. The only time I recommend getting veneers is if you just absolutely don't want to go into braces or if you hate the shape of your teeth. Because I can straighten up your teeth, but I can't change the shape. But just please don't do this, please. I don't think it's supposed to do that.
He's been disrupted. Is this normal?
This is actually what we call a smiley piercing, and it pierces what we call the frenulum. The frenulum is a little piece of tissue that is attached to your upper lip to the front of your teeth. It is normal to happen. Some people actually have it too much where it goes between the teeth and it causes a gap between their two front teeth. If this happens, you have to get what's called a frenulectomy, where we actually cut that piece so then we can close up the space and it doesn't keep opening it up. Most people keep their frenulums with no issues at all, and some people even go crazy enough to pierce it. This guy has a very stretchy frenulum, and I don't know why it kind of creeps me out. But hey, maybe at least this smiley piercing won't get ripped out of his mouth. Yeah, that's actually something that happens really common. People will rip them out, and it will rip their frenulum in half. They do their own frenulectomy. Other than that, having piercings here can also chip the teeth here, so overall, we don't recommend these things. Maybe just get them somewhere else, like in your ear or something like that, okay?
I know my teeth are bad and I am ready to shatter myself seam, so let's take a look. Yellow object for reference.
You're not as bad as I thought. I thought she was going to have cheese slices of teeth. But further, I think you guys have a lot of misconceptions about yellow teeth that just aren't true. I mean, some of these comments were wild. Check this out. Now, this one's half right and half wrong, but this one said, teeth are supposed to have yellow in them. They're bones. They do look good. It's right. Your teeth aren't naturally yellow, okay? They're not supposed to be porcelain toilet bowl white, but they're actually not bones. Actually, more similar to the keratin in your fingernails or your hair. This other girl says that yellow teeth are actually stronger than white teeth, so don't feel insecure about it. Let's see what happens. Don't be insecure about it. Just yellow teeth, white or yellow. It doesn't matter about your strength. White teeth are not any less strong or stronger. It's literally just a color. You see, what happens is you actually have all these little holes in your teeth, and the hydrogen peroxide or whatever you're whitening with goes inside the teeth and actually whitens it and cleans the inside out. It doesn't have anything to do about the actual makeup of the tooth itself. It's just a staining on it. Some people have more or less staining depending on if they drink a lot of coffee and tea and everything, because it gets down in the holes and it can stain the inside out. So if you want to whiten your teeth and have white teeth, that's perfectly fine. But if you have a little yellow teeth, it's also vacuum.
Hi there. Would you like to receive a gift? I'm a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day This is the Book of Mormon. Specifically talks about Jesus Christ. I've seen the Book of Mormon be able to change my life so much. We would love to give you one as well. As you can see, we have lots of copies. So click the link below and missionaries will drop it off your house and share a quick little message about Jesus Christ. Thank you.
Cover requesting UAV.
Losing B.
I can make it better. Wanna see a magic trick bend over feet to me. All the wall. Too cheap to my.
We got ourselves a regular Dennis MacGyver. But for real, I mean, he did a really good job on those. They made using these thermoplastic heat moldable wax pellets. Your pellets in hot water, they turn clear. You can mold them however you want, and you put them back in cold water, and it hardens. Really, they look terrible, but he actually molded them pretty good. Now, these obviously aren't the same color of his teeth, and they don't look real at all, and they probably won't break the second he bites into anything, but still, it's pretty cool. You know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
What's my favorite food?
Favorite food? Watermelon.
You don't know me at all, bro.
No, pineapple.
No.
Broke my already broken tooth, bro.
No.
Is everything going to be okay? Well, it actually depends. See, your teeth is made of many layers. You have a hard outer layer called enamel, you have the inside layer, which is called dentin, and the middle layer, which is pulp, or the nerve of the tooth. If you have a tiny chip, it's probably only in the enamel layer, which is the outer layer, and so we just have to fill that back up with the tooth colored material, and you'll be just fine. Sometimes we just have to polish a little corner. Now, if you chip it a little bit further, which obviously he did, you get into the dentin layer. Now, the dentin layer is yellow, and it's actually pretty sensitive, so it can kind of hurt sometimes. Lucky for him, if it is in the dentin layer and you don't see any red, then it's perfectly fine. All we have to do is rebuild it back up and make the chip look brand new again. Now, if you do see red or see a little bit of blood, that means that you hit the pulp, and now there is a problem because outside bacteria has now been able to get into the nerve of your tooth and cause some problems. To fix this, unfortunately, he's going to need a root canal and a crown to cover it all up. If he can find the chip where he chipped off his tooth, we can actually glue that little piece back on, and it'll look like he never even chipped his tooth at all. But for real though, Peyton, maybe be a little bit nicer to your brother next time. Okay?
Come with me to get permanent vampire.
All right, let's see.
I'm so excited.
Let's get to the part of getting the fangs on. I didn't know we were going to be doing that. Okay, now we're in the
Shout out to Vegas on those beats.
Nice view, huh? Oh, window there. Hey. Dang, those look good.
Who am I biting first?
Nice. And yes, this is actually real. Twilight was such a hit that everybody wanted the vampire fangs. In fact, so much now that I don't even touch people's canines at the end of treatment because they want them pointy. They love them a lot. And some people love them so much that they get their own composite veneer over the top of their teeth. Now, what this is a tooth-colored glue that they just bond over the top. And you can take it off later in life. It's not damaging your teeth in any way. And so I'm totally cool with this. Now, you can't really do it on the lower because the way you bite, those vampire fangs would probably bite into the roof of your mouth. But you definitely can make it on the outer side of your canine. In fact, you probably have seen my past videos in the past where I've made different retainers, vampire fang retainers, where I can have the same effect without having to have anything permanent. Plus, I can take them out at any time. And if you wanted to even go crazier, you could go with the crazy vampire fang retainer and get really scary for Halloween.
Asia, how do you get your teeth so white? Please tell us. I make things. Baking soda, purple food coloring. So you're just gonna put 3 drops, scrub your teeth with it for like 2 minutes. Put the baking soda on your toothbrush with the purple dye. And go like this. I put too much baking soda. That was really nasty. But yeah, that's it.
What in her mouth? We've really come to the point now that we're just putting straight up purple food coloring on your teeth. Now, first off, I know food coloring is food safe, but is that good for you? I don't know. Probably not. And 2, baking soda, I really don't have too big of a deal with. It has a pretty low RDH, or relative dentin abrasion, so it shouldn't harm your teeth too much, but I definitely wouldn't be doing it like 3 or 4 times a week. But the real thing I want to talk about is actually her teeth. In fact, she was like, oh, my teeth look so white and things like this, when actually they're not white because they're white. But bitches, that makes 0 sense. If you really take a look at the picture at the very end when she's smiling her teeth, you notice something interesting about her teeth, that it's kind of like yellowy with little white splotches all over the tooth. And that is what we call fluorosis. This is what fluorosis of a tooth looks like. And so if you've ever seen somebody with the white splotchiness all over their teeth and it wasn't due to bad things like the braces squares or anything like that, it's because they had a lot of fluoride in their water growing up. The reason why you have fluoride in toothpaste is it takes your hydroxyapatite crystals that your teeth are made out of, and it takes something out and makes them into fluoroapatite, which is actually stronger than the regular tooth enamel. Now this does 2 things. 1, it makes your teeth super humanly strong. Like you normally never get cavities if you have heavy fluorosis fluorosis on your teeth. The other issue is it makes your teeth look a little funny because now you got little white splotches and stuff all over your teeth. And those little white splotches, when you dry them out or scrape on them and do things, they get whiter for a little bit and they kind of go away. So more than likely, this person didn't really whiten her teeth. Her teeth just look naturally white from the fluorosis scars all over her teeth. So is purple food coloring and baking soda going to magically whiten your teeth? No. I still stand to the fact that carbon monoperoxide and hydrogen peroxide are the only two options you should be looking at to whiten your teeth. Other than that, it's all about abraiding your enamel away, and we do not want that. Okay, what? My man, the inside of your mouth is not a Home Depot. You can't just go around spraying paint in your mouth. I guess he was a little brain dead from the paint fumes. Speaking of teeth whitening, though, did you know that teeth whitening toothpaste are really kind of just scams? Because they come in only one of two different ways. One, which is the real big scam, is the super abrasive type of charcoal whitening ones that just rip off your enamel. At first, this is fine and dandy because it wears away your stains, but then over time, it'll wear away your enamel, and then the inner dentin, which is yellow, will shine through, and then your teeth are going to start to be super sensitive and really yellow. And the other type are the ones with hydrogen peroxide and stuff, which actually does work, but it's just on your teeth for so little that it will take months and months and months and months of time for it to even lighten up a few shades. So if you're going to whiten your teeth, just go get those whitening strips from somewhere like $30. They work really well, just as good as any dental whitening does, and it'll be really nice and white, and you won't have brain damage. That's wonderful.
El Pepe. El Pepe.
Sounds good.
Good Russian.
El Pepe. El Pepe. El Pepe.
I'll see how these things turn out.
El Pepe.
He's just so psyched right there. It's tolerance, yeah.
Bunny hopping with the best. Come on, baby, baby.
Go right back into routine. You know, the crazy
Yo,
part is
baby.
you guys love your braces. In fact, some of you guys, when you start out, you hate them. You didn't want to get them on, but by the end of it, you're literally asking me, like, hey, can you push this out a couple of minutes? Because I really like my braces. So let me know down below. Are you a braces person, or are you wanting to get them off ASAP? Me, myself, I'm pretty sure I cried when I got them off.
Fuck, oops.
Because I love them so much. The joy of pain and braces. Actually, there is no joy. The first 2 weeks are miserable. And I can tell by the comment section, you guys are great. So I'll give you 3 tips to avoid braces pain that are going to help you out tremendously. 1, this one should be obvious, but when you get your braces on for the first time, you're going to be sore for the first 2 weeks. So take some Tylenol and take it regularly. Braces pain is not like a cut or hard pain. It's actually like a sore muscle pain. So that Tylenol will relieve a lot of that sore muscle pain. 2, the wires are activated by
Controlling Bravo. They're walking all over you. Have some goddamn pride. Citron, LDBR incoming. Hostile RCXD in your AO. Taking B. Securing B. Be locked down. Safety kill team to a bit.
Brown badge, pull out. Fugitives remain at large.
And he helped her put on her stocking, and he has to be alone. And that's what makes him something to be alone.
Hostile long gun neutralized.
That's for over there, down to here, so you pull the lever and you pull it with lock.
Don't want to see.